Next up, we have I Got No Time from the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 song by the living Tombstone, also featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever you use, like the video, share the comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, join the Patreon, subscribe to the gaming channel, subscribe to the Reacts channel, how to request songs even on the live stream, members, getting early access to the content, I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things later down this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read it in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's do this. And by the way, for those on the live stream, we have, after this, we have another live queue and a giveaway after that. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so we start with a quick introduction. We are dealing with a song, right? So, no grants, baffling. Yeah, well, the hat trick that Felix pulled off was getting 3 LFAs in a single day, which I would say they are both just as impressive, because M-Top got 1 of each. Like, M-Top won a giveaway, got picked by the wheel on LFAs, Reacts, and Jam and Shred within 3 days as well. So that is probably that is the first like perfect Grand Slam we've had. But yeah, Felix got 3 in a day, which is damn near impossible. Anyway, so there you go, guys. There you go. So yeah, we're dealing with a quick introduction. We're basically just introducing the chords, right? Like we're going up and down. We have the bass line giving us that whole, while we're having the rest of the chord like something like that, right? Basically going up and down. We are dealing with an actual song. We call everything a song because it's easier, but there is a categorical distinction between songs and instrumental music, right? Instrumental music, also known as pieces, also known as tracks, right? Like these are the more common names that we give them. Obviously, songs are sung, right? Like, duh, but what does this mean? It means that songs will have vocals, will have lyrics, and these vocals and or lyrics will be the driving force of a substantial part of the music. This means if your favorite EDM track is purely instrumental, and then before the final drop, it like switches to like a 2-second sample of Hatsune Miku singing, it doesn't automatically turn it into a song. It now means it has a vocal sample. That is not a song. That is just still a dubstep piece. Does that mean you're not going to call it a song? Probably not, because it's just easier to call everything a song, but the distinction is there. So, the way we had this is that we had a quick intro, couple of bars, and now we are in our first verse. The way that songs are built nowadays is that we have the verse-chorus duo that we are doing. Now, these are the 2 main blocks that you're focusing on. Your verse is going to be your, what I like to call the floor level of intensity. It gives you the baseline level of intensity, your foundation for how intense your music is going to be, whereas the chorus is going to be the big, bombastic part of your piece, the ceiling, so to speak, right? Like it's the low end and the high end of your piece, and then everything else will be built around it. So yeah, we're having this. Of course, the melody that we are singing now in the vocals contains the initial motif, right? Motif being the smallest version of a musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. Let's see where this goes. Nice, and we switch things around. So, what we had here in the first verse, we were having a very good way of developing the motif. Because of the nature of vocals, sometimes you need to change the rhythms around. And basically what we were doing is that we were adding a little bit of space in between certain phrasings so that it would sound more natural than the way they do speak. One of the most difficult aspects of writing songs is to make your lyrics sound natural. Because human beings, we have a certain, like, language in general has a certain cadence to it. And if you're not putting the right accentuations on the right places of the words, it's gonna sound a little bit weird. You know, it's like if you hear a song, and this happens a lot in pop music, by the way, where they're just trying to cram the lyrics into the melody and just get away with whatever, and just do whatever, and whatever fits. And you end up with like words being pronounced as ideas, and what's it called, like what is it, until, or like what's a good word that we could have, like Tombstone, or the other side, right? Like you will have some words that are a little bit rushed that probably shouldn't be, like living as ling, something like that, right? Like there's a certain cadence that language has, and there are certain things that you need to focus on when it comes to language, and fitting it like that in your music is a very, very important thing. Like in composition, usually there is like even a principle of whenever there is a question, it is advisable to have your melody go up, because whenever unless you're like a California kind of person that everything they say sounds like a question, because that's why the accent is annoying, right? Because everything they say kind of sounds like a question, and no matter what it is, it kind of just all sounds like they're asking questions, like they're not sure what they're saying. That is the reason why the accent is annoying, because everything sounds uncertain, because everything is going upwards. But if you then take that inflection and you include it in a melody, well, you make that melody go up, and now you're asking a question. So yeah, we're doing that, and another thing that we were doing is that we were taking the little bit of the motif, we would play the motif in a phrase, then space, phrase the motif, and then the vocals would speed up, which was just the motif being repeated over and over and over again, and being sequenced. Sequencing is a way to develop your material in which you repeat a musical idea, often a melodic shape from a different starting point. So basically what we were having was like... this is kind of the melody we were doing. And then we started going a little bit higher with some of the sequencing. So, that kind of sequencing where we are having then we take this part over here, and then we start sequencing. We repeat this new idea from a new starting point. And then you get the final note. We sequence that in order to achieve a little bit of a faster version of the verse, and now we enter the pre-chorus. So, if your verse is your floor level, your chorus is your ceiling level, your pre-chorus is going to be something that connects the two. Call it your wall, call it a ramp, call it a staircase, a ladder, whatever it is. The idea is that it's going to smoothen the transition between the two. Let's hear where this goes. You can hear the music in the background change, the drum stabilized, synth change as well, rhythm section, and building up. The motif also changed a little bit, some of the rhythm changed a bit, and... Okay, so we switch over to our first break, basically a drop. We drop the beat over here, and we are basically doing several things. One, we are bringing back the original rhythm from before, but we are also giving it more attention to it. In between, we have the motif being played. We have the motif being played both up, down, and up. And then we have a melody high above giving us an elongation of the motif. Elongation being another way to develop your material in which you play a slower version of something you've done before. Now, this drop over here is being done instead of the chorus. And I think the chorus will have the same instrumentation we're seeing over here, with the big difference is that during the chorus we're going to have lyrics for this. I could be wrong. It could be that we're just dropping the beat for this reason. The reason why I'm saying that this could be our chorus, like an instrumental version of the chorus, is because there's not enough exploration of the material, like completely unrelated material, or just rhythmic shenanigans that we would see from regular dropping off the beat. So I think this break is secretly our chorus, and we're just using the music for it. But we're using it instrumentally so that we can reset back, and it saves us time with writing lyrics, right? So we're doing that over here. We're probably gonna play it through the whole thing. And you were in the FNAF fandom? Me neither. I didn't play Five Nights at Freddy's. I haven't played most games, so that's on me. But yeah, no, we're having that one going on, and we are basically using that as an excuse now. We will be able to tell if this was supposed to be the chorus if there's an additional instrumental break after that. So it remains to be seen. Let's see where it goes. And straight. Okay, so now we introduce everything again. So no, there was not an additional break, but we're going straight into verse number 2. So I would say, yes, this drop slash chorus instrumental, right? So we have that going on. We go straight into verse number 2, developing things. We take some of the aspects we had from the chorus, we bring them in to bring just enough variation to the second verse. And we do have some of the darker sounds that we kept from the first one, keeping things consistent enough so that we can just jump back into the first verse, but not boring enough so that it's just the first verse repeated, right? So it's a good balance to achieve. I should have a segue for the Patreon right now, but I can't think of anything, so we're just gonna announce the Patreon. Join the Patreon today. If you want to support this channel more than you already are, consider joining the Patreon today. Even if you're not pledging any money, do join the free tier at least, because this is where the non-gaming LFAs are going. What are those? Anime, film, TV, label, music, the kind of stuff that we usually don't do on the main YouTube channel. Why? What we do on YouTube is inherently fair use. That does not stop bad actors such as record labels, film studios, individual, independent, rat scammers out there from abusing the copyright system for illegitimate gain. So in order to just not deal with that for these LFAs, we're putting them on the Patreon free for everyone to watch, with paid members, citizen tier and above, getting early access to the content. So if you want to support this channel more than you already are, consider joining the Patreon today. Consider becoming a paid member today. Patreon.com/JamesRBasterd. Thank you to those who are already members, especially those who are paid members, particularly Real Nemesis, French Guy, Another Random Human, and Amaya. Sorry, I keep mixing names. Your support means the world to me. Thank you again for your continued support. For everybody else, become a member today. Consider becoming a paid member today. Patreon.com/JamesRBasterd. Linked in the description down below. Become a member today. Consider becoming a paid member today. Patreon.com/JamesRBasterd. Linked in the description down below. Alright, back we go. Second verse, let's go. Yeah, no, that's not a 0 out of 10 segue, because there was no segue. I just did it. So yeah, no segue there. That's less than 0 out of 10. Let's go. Let's continue. There's this sequencing. There you go. Such menace out of 10. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Sequencing. So well made. And pre-chorus number 2. Same as before. No drums. And this time we do have a little bit more rhythm in the pre-chorus. And of course, off the ramp we went, right? Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there is no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm choosing not to use it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is what I like to call a particular type of transition that makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. Kind of like going off a ramp. How do you do this? Remove the drums, maybe the bass as well, as we are hearing over here. And in order to speed up, to step up the pace, we do have the piano in the background giving us those beats. Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, with that, let's see where this goes. Another thing I just noticed about the voice is that the vocals, number one, they have this little distortion, but it's multiple layers of the voice that's being played in octaves. So we're basically, octave is when you have the same note repeated up or down in the beat, right? So we're basically having one, the original over here, but then we're having one over here, and then maybe one down here. So we're basically getting this kind of feeling over here, and some of them is a bit more forward than the others, but this is how we are achieving this on top of having like the little filter that we have, right? Let's see where this goes. Off the ramp, and break number 2. All right, break number 1 back here. Are we gonna add lyrics to this? This time the melody above is louder, it's no longer just an elongation. And... and we just didn't do lyrics for the chorus. The melody is good enough. The bass line, everything is good enough. But yeah, no, the high melody up there, that's where the lyrics should be. But we decided to just not do it and still got away with it. Very risky move. To not have lyrics in your chorus is a very risky thing to do, but we are doing it instead as a kind of break/beat drop that it fits the criteria just enough, and it's still good, right? Because when you're making music, you want to keep a careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, too much of the same thing, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. There is one universal exception, no matter the style or genre, which is solos, and then electronic music has an additional one, which is dropping the beat. Bring in a solo, drop the beat, as long as it sounds cool enough and it fits enough, you can get away with almost anything. Which means the principle of familiarity and new material become more relaxed, just means that you're not going to be able to get away with everything, you will be able to get away with quite a bit, as we are hearing over here, no lyrics, and it's still working. Let's see how this is. And... off the ramp. One more run of the melody. And we ended there. Like, we resolved that last melody. And yeah, break 2/outro. And break 2 and then outro. And that sounds like a leitmotif, right? Because that sounds like a very different melody containing a quote. Because I don't think it's done by the living Tombstone. If it is, then it's a leitmotif. But basically, we're using another piece's melody, referencing it over here so that it can be used down the line. And yeah, with that, so yeah, it's a leitmotif from the first Five Nights at Freddy's. So if the living Tombstone has the rights to the Five Nights at Freddy's soundtrack, then it's a leitmotif, otherwise it's a quote. Quote is when you use somebody else's music in your music to reference back to their own, as I think we have done over here. And with that, there you have it. There you have it. That was I got he made a song for FNAF Living Tombstone. So if that is the case, if that is the case, then it is a leitmotif. Leitmotif, same concept as a quote, but it is your own work and you own the rights and you reference back to your own material, as we saw over here. And with that, there you have it. I Got No Time from the Five Nights at Freddy's 4, or a song from Five Nights at Freddy's 4 by the Living Tombstone, also featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here, musically. So, if you're watching this in the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever button you use, like the video, share the content, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everyone, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything is announced first. Whether the stream's going live, the videos going up the channels, updates, projects, giveaways, everything is announced there first. Of course, we have the community there. We hang out, we chat, we steal memes from the people who claim them as our own, where I host the Vintage Story community server, that kind of stuff. Also, I share these videos with everybody that you know. Use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that, so linked in the description. Help the channel grow. Members get early access to the content. The schedule, the videos probably on Saturdays. And if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs, so become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video and has the instructions on what to do. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim from Monday through Friday. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, we have the full streaming schedule up to date in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked in the description. So, if you live in Miami, Chile, and you're like, yeah, but what time is whatever time we start now in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch, both linked in the description, and it's going to show the streaming schedule up to date in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. So, yes. So yeah, do that. And subscribe to the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. So we're up at the gaming after show recordings when they happen. We play some video games the later part of the stream, and then the VODs for every game we play live eventually end up over here. So subscribe to the channel, linked in the description, or search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. So up the J for a G, and you got it. And subscribe to the Reacts channel. LFAs are React format. This is where they react for everything else are going. James Reacts Basterd. Subscribe to the channel, linked in the description, or search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Extend the R to Reacts, and you got it. And yeah, there you have it. No, I got no time. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, Living Tombstone GD. Good stuff. That was fun. Very tricky to get away without a chorus, and they got it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.